What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We just got a delivery out front here and I cannot wait to show you guys what it is. Here is the wide body from Fortune Automotive. Finally has shown up after 10 months of waiting. Just unboxed it here in the front yard to make sure that there is no damage. It's a few days later and here we are looking up close and personal with the Fortune Automotive wide body kit for the Focus ST. This here is one of the front sections here. You can see where they have an area where you can put in the rivets or the bolts or whatever you have when the light hits it just right. If we look at the fiberglass itself, when you get any type of fiberglass, it's gonna need some reworking. So you can see there's some ripples here, some imperfections in this gel coat that's on here. But again, that's stuff that you expect to see on fiberglass parts when you get it. The actual fiberglass itself seems pretty thick, which can be a good thing or can be a bad thing. It's a good thing because it's going to be a little bit more rigid, but the other thing too is it's not going to be as pliable, as flexible. So as we'll see here in a minute when I get it up against the car to test fit it, it's not going to exactly form to the vehicle. We're not going to be able to gently massage it. We're probably going to have to heat this up to make it work on it. Here's some more scratches, probably due to shipping. This here is the rear flare. It's gonna be on the passenger side there. You can see the gas tab. And then up here on top of the bed of the truck is one of the front fenders on the other side. This here has a deep cut that goes into the front fender. As you can see, like there's the wheel arch and then all the way back here. So a lot is gonna have to be cut out of the vehicle itself to be able to make this thing fit. So when I ordered this online, it said that it was going to take about, I want to say 10 to 12 weeks in manufacturing before it'd be ready to ship out. Once it was ready to ship out, it's going to be another 4 to 6 weeks. So once you add all that up, 18 weeks at the most from placing the order until that shows up at your door. For me, I ordered this in June and ended up getting it in March, end of February. So as you can see, that's a little bit longer than 18 months. Now you may be saying to yourself, Jordan, were you at least in communication? Were you getting updates? I was, not in the manner in which I would like them and not in a timely manner, but I was getting updates. They weren't correct updates, but I was getting updates. It was misleading about it. Finally, right before it showed up, and when we were really getting down to brass tacks, when I was threatening to cancel, I started getting more of the true story behind it, which is it's a very small company, but at the same time, that doesn't discount the fact that you need to have good customer service, because if you're going to take a while to get stuff to people, be upfront with them, let them know this. And being online, I'm not the only person who has experienced this type of interaction with Fortune. And well, let me say Fortune Automotive Design. I don't want to get it wrong because there's Fortune Auto that does the suspension for vehicles. So let's not get that confused. But I'm not the only person that had that type of experience with them. I have seen these body kits on one other vehicle. I believe it was a Coyote swap Focus ST, and they look fantastic. So hopefully it's going to be the same on our Focus ST. But man, experience was not top notch, which makes me really value the customer service that my team has built at RTR. What we're going to start off doing is very similar to what I did on the Mustang RTR Spec 5 wide body kit. Is we're going to come through here, where you're going to start laying the painter's tape down over the fenders and some of these door areas, anywhere where the body kit needs to touch the car. Start mapping everything out and seeing how we can get this thing to fit. All right, so Ethan just got finished wiping down the sections that we're gonna be taping off with the RTR Quick Detailer. Now we're gonna go through, hit it with the painter's tape, and start test fitting stuff or getting stuff up against there. What you think? Hopefully it looks cool. I hope it looks cool too for the money that we spent. So trying to mock this up, we don't have all the tape on here yet. I probably want to get a better automotive tape to stick on here, but trying to just fit this up. It is off of these seams here. If you get this up in here, it's still way off there, at least a little over 1/4 of an inch The only piece that we've mocked up so far that looks like it's going to be relatively easy with a little bit of heat is the one piece that mounts to the door. Everything else is going to need a lot of work to make this fit. Again, you usually have some stuff that you need to make work when you're dealing with fiberglass. The RTR stuff, and this isn't me just plugging it because I work there, makes me think of what quality that we have straight out the box for being able to mount this stuff onto a vehicle. There's very little work that needs to be done. Granted, this is about half the cost of an RTR wide body package. So, you know, even then though, $1,500 for this plus shipping, I think this is actually $1,700 plus shipping. It's not cheap. So if any of you are planning on getting this, just know that there is gonna be one, a very long wait, and two, a lot of work that needs to be done to make this fit. Inside the box, you have 70 M05 button head screws. So these here are similar to kind of what I had to put on the RTR, and you need a riv nut to install these. They don't send the riv nuts, just 70 of these to install it. I do have some of the riv nuts in an M5. Definitely gonna have to get more because this isn't the size that the RTR used. I think that was an M10, don't quote me on that, or it was like a 10-24, one of those. So I'm gonna have to get more of those on orders. I do have my Clecos here, so we'll test fit this, get the Clecos in place, start seeing how this thing will fit onto the body. If you look right here on the gas cap, this here is not cut right. You can't even open the door if we wanted to. As we go up and around the actual bodywork here, you can see the difference here in the thickness as you even go around the same part. So none of this here is gonna work. We're gonna have to trim all of that down. When we get here into the gapping, you can see how all of this here is off. And then it gets really bad once you get down here towards the bottom of the door. This whole section here is off. And that is fit into the grooves and following the body lines along here, as well as with the car, it's just off. This section here, as it comes down into the side skirt, isn't too bad, but then we get around back here where we're supposed to put on the cap for the actual bumper. And this piece here just isn't correct at all. So if we line this up here where it's supposed to be, there's quite a bit of gapping here. If we come around to the back, there's quite a gap there. But when we come down here is where we really see that it is off. So this section here is actually supposed to follow this curve here and fall into that groove. But if we follow that, we got a bit of a gap up here. So that's gonna be a bit of an issue we're gonna have to work through. When we get up here to the front fender, we can again see that there is some difference in the thickness as you come through here. As a whole though, it fits on here fairly well. So I can't complain too much about that. Lines up very well here with the body lines. The problem is when we get to this cap. So this here is the cap that's supposed to go on here. So if we line this up based on how this line goes, you can see that doesn't really fit on there quite right, no matter how we do it. So we may have to heat that up. But matching it up to the body there puts it way out here, not even touching the car. So then if we follow the body line that we have here, going around where it slides into the groove, again, gotta heat it up, make sure it fits. And then you come up here, not even remotely close. It's almost like this is for an entirely different car. And they asked me multiple times to specify the year of this vehicle, which I did, so they wouldn't confuse it with the facelift that you see in 15. So this should have fit. So now we're in a bit of a conundrum. It's, do we mold this to the body, which is gonna probably be one of the easiest ways to fix the disparity in the alignment on here, or do we chop and cut and patch up the pieces to make them fit correctly? Either way, it's gonna suck. If we want to be able to unbolt this in case of any type of damage, the easiest way to do it is do body work to make the actual pieces fit. But in the event that for some reason there's some damage to this vehicle, you're gonna be waiting a year to get a replacement piece or an entire kit. So at that point, do you even really want it on there at all? So that's where we're at right now, trying to figure out how to do this. Next video is going to be us actually putting on the driver's side, and you'll get to see me cut, drill, all of that. If you like this video at all, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. Also hit the bell notifications. That way you don't miss anything else coming up for myself here on this channel with Ethan. And if you want, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this kit. Would you try and fix it, or would you just start over from scratch with something else? Until the next one, peace.